Agape. If you're unfamiliar with that term, it means universal brotherly love in the same way that Jesus had for his disciples. I'm not exactly a Christian or a Bible reader by any means, but I love that word, the word agape. Sort of transcends the sentiment of love, which I think a lot of people focus on love and the positive regard that comes with that, but in using that term, they focus primarily on the sort of emotional connection that is accumulated over time and relationship, whereas agape is something that's more of an implied trust. And if we're going to have a society that has a healthy relationship with humanity and with the environment, I think something like agape is a little bit more important, really a lot more important than something like love. That's just, I think, very important distinction to make between agape and love. One's unconditional positive regard, and the other one is more of a conditional sort of positive regard. We love people as long as they obey our idea of what that means for somebody to be worthy of our love and worthy of our affection. Whereas agape is something that, oh, you're a human being? Oh, well, because of that, I think you're a great thing that you exist at all. That you're a human being just implies that you're worthwhile and that I can see myself in you and you in myself. This harkens to a kind of unity that is underlying all of existence, which, if we don't recognize that, how are we ever going to change things in a better way? Like, how are we going to ever really transcend the boundaries of nations, let alone of self and other, if we're not capable of just understanding that there is no boundary, that to love unconditionally all beings really is the most natural state that we can inhabit, because there really is only one self. I like to put it in such terms as there is a cosmic consciousness that is animating all avatars, from atom, A-T-O-M, to Adam, A-D-A-M, from the microscopic to the macroscopic. And this dynamic, or this composition, or the sort of orchestra of matter and mind and consciousness, all of it playing and intertwining, that is our reality. And if we can grasp that, and if we can understand that it's a fractal, sort of holographic, as above so below kind of relationship, then we can understand that there are really no boundaries, that the boundaries that seem to exist really only just seem to exist. And once that's understood, the environment and the political environment can be really put into a harmony, or a homeostasis, and we can finally reach what we could call a planetary organism ship, or really, spaceship. Once we reach that homeostasis on a planetary level, we no longer have to worry about war and poverty and inequality and the various sort of problems that plague our world today. So this term agape may just be an integral aspect of our consciousness evolution and the growth of the human species. So I hope that this word can come into the vernacular, the usual terminology that we would use on a daily basis, and perhaps by doing so we can start to change our perspectives and ultimately our choices and behaviors, and in so doing we can maybe start to change society and the world and the order in which we inhabit that world. So with that, agape, acceptance, appreciation, learning, peace. These are a salutation to unity consciousness. And with that, I bid you adieu.